Every tiny house needs its utilities like water or electricity. It's even more space demanding when you're planning to be off the grid like I do. A bump out like this can save a lot of precious space inside the house, so let's build one. I've got lumber ready, I've got plans, so let's get going. I've got almost all lumber prepared. This is my common rafter, hope it's gonna fit. With all the lumber cut to length, now I need to trace location of these studs to the outside. And I'll have to add 2 more studs here, but that's a problem for future. And by the way, if you're new to the channel, welcome! My name is Marek and I'm building an affordable tiny house on wheels. Feel free to subscribe and like the video if you enjoy the content. It helps me to fight with YouTube algorithm a lot. Thanks guys! It's pretty much the same story again. From rough idea in my head, to 3D SketchUp model, to this. I made a cut list, cut all the necessary parts, and now is the time to assemble it all together. I started with floor frame, probably the smallest floor you'll ever see. Once the floor frame was done with OSB subfloor installed, I started with sidewalls. The bump out will accommodate my solar inverter along with 18 kWh of storage, water distribution panel, self-priming water pump with its own water tank, and tankless propane water heater. Last thing I need to do on the side walls are these braces. I already cut 45-degree angle, so I'm just gonna put it in place, scribe it from the bottom, and now I have my mark. Perfect angle, perfect length, no measures needed. Then I traced all the measurements and installed these temporary helping blocks. You're probably wondering why so high? The answer is simple. There's a jockey wheel in the way. Well, I took it off the trailer so you can't actually see it right now, but what you can see is its bracket. I designed the bottom of my bump out as low as possible without colliding with the jockey wheel. I think I missed this one. I think I went on an angle, so that's the problem. Yep, just like I said. But here, we're in the middle. This is nice. I don't think it's good either, but let's see. I think I'm gonna pre-drill this one. And that's probably what I should have done in the first place. I think that's the best I can do. I hope we ended up in the right hole, because it's always important to use the right hole. Yeah, we're in. Now with the floor frame partially attached to the house, I need to add some solid blocking for the walls, so I installed 2 more studs that align with the bump out walls. I attached them to the top and bottom plates and then put some screws through the sheathing from the outside. Right after the walls, I took another part I already cut earlier, and it slowly starts to look like something. And the last thing I did today was to install these tiny little baby rafters. So this is the result so far. Not too bad, huh? The baby rafters fit nicely. I impressed myself once again. Then I installed a whole bunch of screws here and there so the structure gets really solid.
Huh, can't be any better than this. Actually, it can be better than that. This one doesn't stick out. But I think we haven't missed a single one. Nice. Now we're ready for sheathing.
This part is pretty self-explanatory. I just measured and cut width of the side wall and rough height. Then I temporarily installed the sheet and marked the roof pitch from the back side. Easier, faster and more accurate than a tape measure. Before I installed the sheet for good, I added this little block on the top as a positive stop so the sheet won't stick above the frame. Then I repeated the same process for the other side and then started with the front side. This is by far the best time to realize I've got the wrong bit in my impact. And here we have it. I have no idea what's the maximum weight capacity of the bump out, but for sure it held myself without hesitation, so I consider it to be ultra heavy duty. You're right, it's still missing a door. We'll build one in some another episode. But for now, let's weatherproof the bump out with some leftover house wrap, and for this part, we're done. With rough framing complete now, I can move to the next chapter, which is insulation. In the next episode we'll battle with rock wool insulation, install vapor barrier and prepare the house for next steps. Thank you for sticking till the end, my name is Marek and you've been watching Self Powered. I'll see you next time.